Hey, you guys, it's me, Miss Nina. Well, I just got on here today because I have a praise report. Okay, I just do. I want to say to everybody, this is just like off the top. When you going through some stuff and you give it to God, make sure you leave it right there. Make sure you don't go back. Don't pick it up. When you are going through something, give it to God. And when you give it to God, leave it there. Because let me tell you something. He will move mountains for you. He will make your enemies your footstool. He will make a way out of nowhere. He will make a believer. He will make a non-believer a believer. He will vindicate your name. He will restore your honor. He will do all of that. You don't have to do anything to defend yourself because God got you. So I'm going to tell you something right now. People will dig holes for you, but guess what? God will lay something over top of that so that you don't fall in. You just like Jesus walked across that water and he didn't sink. God got you. Let me tell y'all a little bit something. A long time ago, the way I was raised in a religion that it wasn't like that. And I'm not going to put anybody down. But when I got old enough to see what God was really about for myself, I embraced him and I embraced the word that I learned on my own. I opened up the Bible instead of doing what somebody else told me to do and believe the way somebody else made me believe as I was growing up. And I opened up the Bible and I opened up a whole new world. I learned how to really know what having a real personal relationship with God was all about instead of people telling me, because I was born into a doctrine where they were telling me how to believe. Once I started doing that on my own, I started learning how to get through life, and I started learning how to rely on God for everything for real. And he has been my everything ever since then. I'm not always right. There's times when, I have to admit that I've been wrong about some things, but there's a lot of times where I've been right and God's still right by my side, and he will vindicate you when somebody threatens to come after you to do certain things to you. So I'm letting you know right now, you got God on your side. Utilize your Savior. Utilize prayer. Utilize everything that he says he will give you, because let me tell you something. God is not a liar. If he say he is for you, and who can be against you if he's standing there with you, believe it. I'm not going to go into much more than that. Only thing I'm going to say is after what I went through, and God had my back today, God is real. I didn't have to defend myself because God had me every step of the way. I believed him from the door. And he said, Nina, shut your mouth and you let me handle this. And guess what? When he showed up, he showed out. So I'm telling y'all something right now. If you got anything that's going on in your life, give it to God, pray on it, and walk away. And let him do everything for you. Sometimes it's best to be quiet. I'm a fighter. Everybody know that. It was hard for Miss Nina to be quiet. But I did. Because I trusted my God. And I'm telling you to do the same thing. You don't have to know what I went through today. Only thing you have to know is that I'm telling you that God showed up and he showed out, and I was victorious in whatever my fight was. And I'm going to tell you to be the same way. Be victorious in your fight because you know God and you do what is right. You don't take matters in your own hands. You don't go after people for yourself. You don't do none of that, because that can get you in trouble with the law, and it can also get you in trouble with God, because he say regardless of what people do to you, you have to still love them and pray for them. So you don't go after people in retaliation. You don't do stuff like that. You give it to God and you recognize his strength and your own weakness as a human. That's what you do. And you continue to be the loving person that you know that you are, and the Christian that you claim to be, and continue to show love and be an example and be a reflection of the light that God provides, and that God is shining on all of his people. We are his children. He is our Father. When we come up against each other, let our Father dictate what is going to happen. Let him break up the fight. Ain't that what we taught? When we're little and we get into it with each other, mommy and daddy come and they break it up. Same thing in world is today. Let our Father fight our battles. So I'm letting you guys know. You don't have to know what I went through today, but the one thing I'm going to tell you is the end result is my Father showed up and he showed out and protected his child. And he will do the same thing for you. If you don't do nothing else, make sure you thank God for your life every single day. And if you've never trusted him before and did everything on your own and you kept failing at everything you did on your own, try God today. That's all I'm going to tell you. And watch his work. He will make you a believer. All right, you guys. I love y'all. That's the only reason why I'm here today, is because I'm going to do what God tells me to do regardless. He said if I do something for you, then you are to let people know how I am. Let people know that I will protect them. Let people know that I will show up and I will do what I need to do for my children. Let people know about love. And that's what I'm doing today. I love you guys. That was it. Plain and simple. Trust God. Peace.